Hello and welcome to another Scottish mountain walking guide. In this video I'll explain the route taken while showing a 3D flyover for the route. This is followed by the full walk time-lapse with video and commentary from along the way. For today's video I'm climbing the final mountain in the Crianlarich mountain range, Beinn Chabhair. Most route guides will start from the Beinn farm and there's no public car parking in the area, so I decided to start further north in a large lay-by at the side of the A82, and I planned my own route up the mountain. This also avoids a lot of peat and boggy sections that are associated with the normal route. Total walking distance is 12.7 kilometres with 1015 metres of ascent, and in summer conditions it's expected to take around 5 hours to walk. The parking lay-by, which is at the side of the A82 heading north towards Crianlarich, the parking is free, there are no height restrictions, and you can probably fit around 10 cars. It's an hour and 20 minutes drive from Glasgow and 2 hours drive from Edinburgh. So starting from the lay-by, you head northeast along the road, and right at the exit of the lay-by on the opposite side of the road there is an entrance to a gate. And you cross over a fence here using a stile and follow this road down and over the river here. You'll walk by a little cottage here and a derelict barn over here, and just keep following that road. This is a gravel road and it's part of the West Highland Way at this point. Just keep following that road, ignore this junction off here, and then you'll come to a crossroads here. And down here you'll see a large hydropower station. At this point you want to turn to your left and start heading more directly south. This is a good quality gravel road, and you'll just continue to follow that road up the side of this little river here. There are a number of gates to go through, some for deer control. They have large stiles. The gates are actually locked. Continue up the hill. I did find that the last of the gates, the lock had been broken, so you could just use the gate as a normal gate. But you'll come up to the end of the gravel road, which is right about here, and there's a little hydro dam. And from that you continue in the same direction and you'll see a very faint path. There are clear signs that other people have walked up this way, although that path that goes here, it continued along here somewhere. So it does look like there is a route that probably goes up in this area here. But as I had planned to go up this path here, I just decided to stick with the route I was planning, and you'll see in the map that there is a river, there's a little stream, and you can just continue to follow that stream up. I crossed over to the other side of the stream at this point because there are some steep cliffs here. On the ascent I did go up this side of the stream, and you can go up it. You have to climb up a little bit above the cliffs and then go along and across. On the descent I decided to try the other side and it was much safer, so I've just shown the route on the other side. Cross over the stream, you can cut the corner here. If it's very cloudy then you can just follow the stream and it bends round here. And you continue to follow the stream. It splits off here. You can go up either side, to be honest, and I actually went up pretty much the middle, and then you follow that up and then you just go round the contour of the mountainside here, and it will bring you round to the path that's shown on the map, and that path is the path that comes up from the Beinn farm. There are some steep drops here, so you just want to be above those drops and then come across here. Once you're onto the path, you follow that path and it goes up and down and it goes in and around these sort of higher points on the ridge, and it meanders along for quite some distance, and you're also gaining about another 300 metres in altitude, although with the ups and downs it's probably closer to 400 metres. And you'll come to a couple of false tops, so you just want to keep going and make sure you get right to the very end. Then after this point there is a fairly significant drop off, so you'll know if you've passed it. There's no more rises after the final summit. It's a very small cairn at the very top, and unfortunately on the day that I did the walk most of the mountain was in cloud. You can extend this and go across to Ancastral over here, but I'm not too sure about the route down here. I have done it once in the past, I have no recollection of what it's like. So for my walk, I simply retrace my steps. Just worked my way sort of north then northwest and followed the path. It's very clear. Some of the sections along here are a little bit boggy. There's some bits to cross over, but it's not bad. And work your way back down here. I marked a little cairn, or I got a rock and put it on top of another rock just to mark where I was going to leave the path. And again, there were clear signs of where other people had walked down this way, so it wasn't like I was making a brand new path. But then go around here, and once you're coming down, this whole section here, all of it is quite wet, especially in around here it's quite boggy. It's drier closer to the stream, and then cross over here and then come down here, and this bit is also very wet, but it's not peaty and you don't sink too much into it, but it's quite splashy. Once you're back down onto the road, it's very easy. Nice walk back out, good surface in good condition, and you just walk back out the road all the way back down. Obviously turning to your right when you come to this crossroads, and then follow that path back out, across the bridge, back up, over the stile, and then back to the parking lay-by. Good morning, I'm in the parking lay-by, just a little bit north of the Falls of Follach on the A82, heading towards Crianlarich. From this parking lay-by, you continue north, and just at the northern end of the parking lay-by, there is a road that goes down to your right. This is not the normal route for this walk. If you look at Walk Highlands, they'll recommend starting at the Beinn Chabhair farm. It's a little bit trickier to get parked there, and this lay-by is always free, there's always space. You'll see cars from time to time, but it's never busy. And doing it from this side, there is a section of the walk that has no path. So there's a good road up into the mountain, and then there's 400 metres of ascent up the mountainside. The plan is to follow a stream that goes all the way up and takes us onto the ridge, and then we'll join the path that comes up from the Beinn Chabhair farm side. So we're going to cross over the stile and follow this road down and over the river down there, and it goes down to the right. The OS map estimate is to take 1 hour to get to the end of the road that goes up into the mountain. From there it'll take another 2 hours to ascend to the summit, and then it's about 2 hours back to the car park or the parking lay-by from there. This is part of the West Highland Way, and then you can see the sign for that, and the path goes up there towards Crianlarich. So we're going to walk along the West Highland Way for just a short section as we're heading south. There's been quite a lot of rain this weekend, so I expect a few of the streams will be in spate. You can see the road we're going to take that goes up into the mountains at that crossroad ahead. At that point we'll go to the left. There's another West Highland Way signpost, and we actually want to go to the right at this point, ignoring the path up there to the left. We'll descend very slightly down to that crossroads, then turn left. The West Highland Way continues ahead to that pylon. I'm going to go up to the left here and take us up into the mountains. A very cloudy day today, low cloud. Currently at 150 metres, this road ends just over 300 metres. It's 150 metres or so to go, and it's about 2 kilometres along this road before it ends. The gate ahead is locked, just need to cross over the stile. I'm just coming to the end of this gravel road. Unsurprisingly, it ends at a hydro dam. You can even see tracks going straight up directly ahead, and I can also make out some tracks going up to the right. I'm going to go up to the right here, heading almost directly south, a little bit slightly east of the due south, up to the summit of Beinn Chabhair. There is a well-worn path here. I don't know exactly where it goes because it's not shown in any maps. I'm going to follow it for a while. This is the little stream I mentioned. If you follow this up to the right, it'll take you all the way up to the ridge. So you won't have any difficulty navigating. Curious to see where this path goes. I see faint signs of a path over there towards that big boulder. The stronger path looks to be here, directly ahead. The summit is up there in the cloud. I'm going to follow the faint path and try and keep to the side of this stream. Cloud is starting to get a bit thicker. There is a faint trail here. I think it's a sheep track, but it's easy enough to walk up. Keep this stream on your right, and then the stream splits up ahead. Want to keep to the left hand fork, and then that'll take us up almost to the ridgeline. I mean, it's fairly steep. Again, nothing exposed and nothing scary about this section of the walk. Having said that, this bit here is a little bit steep. Just want to be careful you don't slip. I'm just going to head up to the left here, avoid that gorge directly ahead. And once we get up there, I'll curve back round and join back up to the stream. I'm at the fork in the stream. Both of these streams pretty much take you up onto the ridge. I'm going to take the one to the left. It takes you just a little bit closer to the summit. I'm just below 500 metres, and the ridge line where this joins is at 650 metres. So another 160 metres up here to the ridge. From there, it's just a little bit under 300 metres of ascent up the ridge line to the summit. Not much to see today, but there's also no wind to speak of at the moment, which is quite pleasant, and no rain. This stream splits again just ahead. Looks like the one on the left is slightly less steep than the one on the right. So we're just going to go straight up there. The path is 500 metres straight ahead. The highest point between here and the path is about 80 metres of ascent. It descends slightly down onto the path, or you could just curve round to the left and just stay at the same altitude and join the path slightly further up the mountain. I'm going to go straight up here to the pointy bit. It looks like there's signs of wear, and just the lay of the land makes it look like it's easy to walk up this. It looks like a lot of steps in the grass. Looking across to the ridge of Beinn. The summit's in cloud. And it's brightening up here. It's not far to get onto the ridge line. I'm almost on the ridge. I'm going to go round here to the left, head southeast, and should be fairly level round the corner. And that'll take me directly to the path that goes up from the Beinn Chabhair campsite. And I'll just be following the path up to the summit. And the clouds come back in again. see the path directly ahead, just there. Now I want to make sure I return the same way, so I've got to take a mental picture of this bit here, walk round the side of this steep section, and I may well mark where you turn off just up here, mark it with a small cairn, just so I know where I'm going on the way back. So I've marked a little rock here, put a wee rock on there, and you can see there's a clear weir. So it's at that point. I want to go round, but I want to keep high. Go round to the straight ahead there, keeping up to the high ground. Now you can see over there's a rock like somebody's placed a cairn, but that is not the path. The path goes here to my right as I'm coming up here, straight ahead, and cuts round there. There is a bit of undulation along this ridge, some significant ups and downs. I think it adds an extra 100 metres of ascent onto the climb. About a kilometre to go, about 170 metres of ascent. So still a little bit, and it's still quite steep. A little bit of a breeze, but it's not bad. The summit is about 500 metres away and about 40 metres of ascent. Yeah, it's definitely getting tougher in the cloud. You could be forgiven for thinking this is the summit cairn. Still 200 metres to go. A little bit of a descent now and then back up the other side. And that's me, made it to the summit of Beinn Chabhair. Whoa. Yeah, slippy. Not very much snow up here now. There's another little top just over there. I'm pretty sure this is the summit, although the standard version of OS Maps shows a cairn over there, but that's quite easily lower down than here. Might have something to eat, have a drink. A little bit of a breeze. It was forecast to be about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Comes and goes. You can continue on to the east and then descend down to the north and go up and Castral. It's quite a steep descent and the map doesn't show the path continuous going down there. If it was me, I'd rather have come up there first of all before trying to descend. I'm just going to retrace my steps and go back out the same way I came in. It's a nice easy walk back to the car park. It's taken 2 hours and 40 minutes to ascend. I've just double checked the weather. It's not going to clear up for any time soon. About 3 hours time, it's going to more chance of it starting to rain. We'll be well back down. I should be back to the car within 2 hours from here. So I'm going to retrace my steps. From the summit you head directly north for a short distance and the path will naturally bend round to the left and head northwest. And we'll just make our way back down to where I put that little marker stone, and then from there you turn to the right and head north and descend back down the side of that stream all the way back down to the gravel road and then straight back out. So there's the summit over there. I've just come over to the east side of it and you can see how steep the drop is down there. And if you're not moving, that wind's starting to get a little bit cold. So I'm just going to start descending down this path. Sometimes I feel the cloud makes it scarier. You look at this, it looks like it's a narrow ridge and a big drop. Yeah, it definitely looks worse on the descent, but having come up this way, I know the path's good. When you come to this little lock-in, the path goes round to the left. There are some signs of wear going to the right. But as you can see, it's a fairly well-defined path. So just keep to the left. And here I am, back at the point where I joined this path. So I'm going to go off to the right, going to contour around that ridge ahead in the cloud and keep quite high, and then eventually I'll come to the top of the descent and just head north to descend back down to the gravel road. And you can see why you want to stay high. If you went slightly too low to the left there, you'd have a bit of a climb up there to get over that bit directly ahead. So from here we just go above these rocks and over the top there. I want to make sure I keep curving round this ridge here, just going straight ahead there. It would be quite easy just to start going down there as you want to descend. Just go around here, just make sure you're heading north at this point. And that's pretty much it. We're at the top of those two streams. Just want to turn to the left and walk down here. You can see there's a bit of a path. Just follow this down. Once we get to the stream, very easy to navigate following the stream down. I came up on the left hand side of that little peak just ahead. The right hand side actually looked to be less steep. So, and there's clear wear here, so I'm just going to go down the right hand side. We'll just join back up to the stream. That's probably the hardest part of the descent. I just zigzagged around a little bit there just to reduce the steepness. And now just follow the stream all the way down. Starting to get beneath the cloud. Now that the visibility is improving a little, I'm going to cut the corner. I know this stream bends round to the right beyond that big rock there, so I'm just going to go straight ahead and join it just a little bit further on. We are basically going straight ahead down into the valley to join the gravel road. On the ascent, I came up on the right hand side above the cliffs there where the trees are. I'm going to try going down the left hand side, it looks a little bit easier, and then cross back over the stream further down, see what that looks like. I'll probably show this as the route this side. It's definitely safer than the other side. Again, you don't want to go too close to the edge. It is a fair drop. So I've just crossed back over to this side of the river. So on the ascent, I would recommend crossing just here at these big boulders before the gully and going up the right hand side. From here, an easy quick descent back down to the gravel road. I can see the path I was on earlier, the one that I left to come up the side of the stream. Just make it out there. So there's probably a route up there that's not too bad and joins the path a little bit further south. I was quite happy going up the side of the stream, really easy to navigate. There was nothing exposed, nothing difficult to climb up. Turn to your left, back down to the hydro station. A lot of this walk has been quite squelchy. The worst of the boggy peat section was actually on the main path higher up in the ridgeline. Wasn't too much of that, but this whole path coming down the grass, very waterlogged. My feet are still nice and dry, so it's not bad, but if your boots are not waterproof, this could get quite uncomfortable. Some very light rain at the moment. It's been 4 hours since I left the car. Probably about 40-minute walk back. Just coming back down to the West Highland Way. Once you join that, directly ahead, turn to your right and just follow that back out. It'll take us straight out to the main road over there. Hope you've enjoyed the video. As always, thanks for watching. As you can probably hear, I'm back at the main road. Quite a bit busier than it was this morning. Total time taken since leaving the parking lay-by is 4 hours and 35 minutes. So bye for now, and thanks for watching.